What's he doing? Well, when he's not listening to Around the Reel, he's searching for that character. This professional actor goes all in, spending hours on the roadways, making his way through traffic, around corners, inside of his mind, looking, searching. Is he going deep into a coal mine? No. That's where he started. He grew up in that small coal miner's town. Now he's living on the streets of LA, chasing a dream. Join us as we talk to him about that.
On Around the Reel. Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hannah.
Yep, I just bumped my gain on this a little bit, and that way we don't. I was letting you do all the gain work, and I forgot I can adjust it on here too.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Then I get rid of a lot of noise. All right, Bill. So that's all the technical stuff.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us today on Around the Reel and doing a mic check. We'll tune into you next day, and we're ready to actually talk to you.
Jesus.
Wow.
Help. Give me a call whenever you need.
All right, sounds great.
That's awesome.
Semi-auto. Oh, I forgot you're changing your name every week. I was like, I just said all the names. How come all the names are all different?
She's doing that
Because
now.
I changed my name every time now.
So, Bill, you know we have an unscripted show, correct?
I kind of figured that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I heard you're having email issues. Did you get the questionnaire?
No.
Because there isn't fucking
There
there's
wasn't
no fucking
one.
question.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Totally messing with you.
You know what? It's I wanted to say something about music.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
cue
he
the
always
music.
wants to say
No, it's just
something.
one
Cue the
thing.
music
Before we-
for him to talk about the music.
Before we start with
So-
Bill and really dive into who he is and what he does, what is with the songs that we always change those words to? You know what I mean? Like, we were singing a song earlier, and it made me start thinking about Eva always changing the music. Our daughter's name is Eva, Bill. And, like, you know, what's the blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche. Remember? It's not douche,
It's not douche.
but we all say douche.
But why? And why does that always make me think of my grandma?
Uma's
I know.
got an ooh.
Uma's got it.
Uma's got an ooh.
I know, that's another one. What's
She
another
always
one?
changes the words. Or she just
We're
doesn't know
not
the words.
talking about the linen.
Yes. And it's moving in.
I know.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Like the fabric or Lennon like the guy? Like
Either one, it's wrong. So whichever way. Honestly, I've always thought of a linen closet.
Correct.
I'm not. We're not talking about the linen because
That's right.
nobody wants to do the damn laundry. I mean, that's what I've always thought. Same thing with my grandma and the douche. I mean, I don't understand why those always go together for me when you think of the wrong lyrics from the
Hey,
song.
it's a hot water bottle.
It's a what? Yeah.
Say what?
That's what my grandma used to call the hot water
Let's talk
bottle.
about Bill.
Sorry.
'Cause I want to talk about Bill.
Yeah, I want to talk about. You don't want to talk about the
I
douche
do
hanging
not want
on
to
the
talk about
thing?
you.
It smelled like vinegar.
No.
or the songs that have inspired us over our years to be
Nope.
creative. Because
Okay.
honestly, that's a level of creativity.
I know enough about you
Okay,
and
great.
Aaron.
Oh, good.
Chuck and Aaron, I know enough about. I want to know about Bill.
So you're saying welcome to Around the Reel?
Welcome to Around the Reel.
Bill.
Let's talk about
Welcome
Bill.
to Around the Reel.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. So, Bill Housekeeper. That's how you say your name, correct?
it is.
Yeah, Housekeeper. See? Without the E in the middle, though.
Correct. So it's Housekeeper, not house. Not it's Housekeeper.
Housekeeper.
Correct?
Yeah, it's actually a German name, and I come from a really big family out in Utah,
Okay.
a really small town. When I got out here to Los Angeles, nobody believed my last name. Like when phone books were a thing, when those existed, we would take up like 3 pages in a phone book. My family is massive,
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
but out here in LA, they're like, "Well, that's fake."
That's your
My
stage
It's got to be
name?
a stage
I-
name.
I've won beer off of my last name. Like, prove it. Like, well, here's my driver's license. You owe me a beer.
That's awesome, buddy.
That's cool.
No, it's a badass name, though. Housekeeper.
And
Sounds
what
cool.
what an accurate type for him being German. It's what a perfect kind of thing to bet on. Beer.
No, beer.
Beer, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, no joke.
Right?
Speaking of beer, I wish I had one right now, Chuck.
I don't keep beer in the house.
I know, that's great.
He was
Thanks.
going to bring one, but he forgot.
I could have brought you up a drink. You said you wanted water. I was
I
like,
didn't
wow,
say that.
he
I said,
wants water.
I said, bring me something, whatever you want. You brought me a fucking water.
That's what he wanted you to have.
And that's fine. I'm not good. I like water.
you
It's
said
fine.
you wanted water.
It's fine.
My
Guys.
water's gone from
We're
last
good.
Oh,
Guys.
fine. You know what? Fine.
This is our show, Bill.
Bill,
Right?
who are you and what the hell do you do?
Yeah, Bill. Tell us about yourself a little bit. Let's do this. Let's get into Housekeeper.
So basically, I'm an actor out here in Los Angeles. Just finished up a couple of projects, got a couple more on the horizon, and just enjoying life in the industry.
And you're like you do a lot. Like you workaholic work. Don't
Oh
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually started about 6 o'clock in the morning. Is what time I start.
Kind of late, isn't it?
Sorry.
Listen to fucking Insomniac over there. Him and if Robin Williams and Al Pacino are around, you know what you'd be.
Horrible. I need a nap.
So
by
you
2.
start at 6.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Sorry.
And I'll go usually till about 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Jesus.
That's putting in a day, dude.
You are like a diehard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's-
yeah, this is just what I've been doing for years now, and that could be including anything from like memorizing lines or reading a script that's across the desk.
Definitely.
Networking. A lot of time is spent networking.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do before you got into the industry, may I ask?
Yeah, actually, well,
You're a coal miner's son, is that right?
I did. Yeah, I was a coal miner.
Oh, you
My
were
dad-
a coal miner.
I did as well.
Okay.
I worked up at a mine with my dad. My dad was like a career coal miner. Like he spent like 40 some years in the mines.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
he is out now and glad about that.
I bet.
He dug his way out of that shit.
Like, he
That's
got out
such
of
a
the mine, he's like,
dangerous-
what am I going to do? And I was like, you told me my entire life that the second you got out, you were going to go fish. So why is it you're asking me what you're going to do now when you've known for like 40 years what you were going to go do?
He
He didn't know what to do with himself.
You've been doing
That's
it
what
so
he does
long.
That's cool.
And now he's like, I love fishing. This is great. I never want to go back to work. I'm like, you're tired. You're allowed.
As long as you like to eat fish.
Right.
That is awesome.
He doesn't like to eat fish.
He doesn't? He just likes to
The
fish?
sport. He
That
just
is
likes
me.
the sport.
That is so me.
He gives the fish to like the kid next to him, whoever that is, standing on the shore. So he'll give the fish to them, or I'll give them to my uncle or cousins or whoever.
I don't like fish either, so I'm totally. But I love to fish. Go figure.
I love going fishing. I am the worst fisherman in the world. I'm not good at it.
Can't catch
I do not
anything.
enjoy it, but I love going out to the mountains. Like I'll go with my dad.
Okay.
It's up by the lake, and I'm really happy out there in nature. I think it's great. And my dad's like, get a pole out in the water, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Not gonna happen.
Why disrupt all this peacefulness with like stuff with obstacles? Let's not do that. That would
Wait,
have
and Bill, I gotta back up for a second on Sam, because Sam likes to go fishing, and Sam is the person who saves, like, you know, the frog jumping across the street. She'll slam on her brakes and, you know, causing an accident behind herself.
Sure.
To save the frog jumping across the street, and you fish?
Yeah, but like I saved a fish before.
Of course,
right,
you saved
Aaron?
a fish.
She
Right,
saved
Aaron?
our,
I
yeah.
risk. I
Yeah,
saved a fish.
She saved the fish.
I
can't
brought
even
a
say
fish back to life, actually.
That. Yeah, she
Did you give it mouth to mouth or mouth to gill?
No, but I saved its life.
How did you save a fish's life?
Well, it was dying. It was completely dead on the bottom of the tank,
Yeah,
and I brought
she-
it back to life.
First, she like put her hands on the tank and it started glowing
Stop.
and shit. She used her Beastmaster powers.
Okay, so the
She
fact of the
did.
matter is,
Her and Mark Singer are like this. You didn't know that?
what is wrong with me being an animal lover and fishing?
Well, I thought that with you being the way you are, I would think that you would think fishing and releasing would be cool.
When I fish, I do release. I don't keep it. What am I going to do with
She
it? I
doesn't-
don't
yeah,
eat
she's
it.
not gonna
so-
eat it.
Okay, do you fish with your bare hands, or do you use a
No.
hook?
I use a spear.
Well, then, as much as you might think that you're releasing it, all you're doing is letting
Yeah, I
it
don't think
float
it's gonna be
away.
helpful for the fish when you send him back.
Yeah.
Got a massive gash on my side, but thanks, lady.
Well, you know, I don't know.
I'm so-
Okay, so what are you calling me, a bad person or something?
I'm not calling you a bad
'Cause I'm
person. Sam,
completely
there is
speechless.
nothing that you do that makes
I
me
feel
think you're a
ashamed of
bad
myself.
person, except for when you get mad in the middle of a day of shooting.
I
But-
do like to fish, but I never catch anything, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I
You
wouldn't
like
catch it. I'm right with you, Bill. I couldn't
Well, then
catch
just go.
anything either.
You could just go
No, I
stand
suck.
in the water and write poetry rather than hold a pole.
That's actually kind of a cool shot.
It's
if you
actually
think
not
about
going to
it.
really
Yeah.
work because
You just
you
need
know,
a white,
water
a
and
white gowny type thing behind you, so get a shot of a white gown coming off.
water and
and you're
paper
writing a
don't
journal.
really get along.
That's right.
Paper and water,
Yeah.
really?
And paper and or water and computers don't really get along either.
Well,
so
no, please
kinda
don't take
screwed.
your freaking laptop into the ocean.
So Bill, okay.
Bill,
So we'll
sorry
get-
for the sorry to start
Back
for
to Bill.
Let's okay, so
We go off on
Sidetrack.
Coal mining.
Enjoying
tangents.
this conversation. I love. No, this is great.
this is what we do, man.
This
I'm
is what
sorry.
we do.
But coal mining, I
coal
won't
mining.
forget. So you were coal mining with your dad. So is that early hours too? I'm just trying to get an idea of where you got your structure from. Getting up at 6 a.m. and busting ass all day until 10 p.m. I mean, that's a hard day. But working in a coal mine, that's a fucking hard day too, I imagine.
Oh no, my dad had a way harder life than I did. I mean, I might be pulling long hours, but there's like no comparison to pretty much anybody else. Like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
he
you
had
saw
a
him do it
lot-
though. You watched him do that.
Oh yeah,
I mean, as a young kid, you were watching your dad show you how to work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you got your ethic from?
Probably, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, my mom and my dad are both extremely hard workers. My mom ran United Way out in Utah for a long time,
Oh, wow.
and really, I always knew that I wanted to be an actor. I've
Always. Your whole
known
life.
since I was 7 years
Wow.
old. This is what I wanted to do with my life.
Wow.
I did. I started up like the junior high drama department. Then I went to high school, got in their drama. The only advanced class I ever got into was advanced drama. Like I didn't make it like advanced science or advanced
Sure.
either. Like, you know, it's like you don't want me to be your accountant. That's not going to be a good day for anybody.
Right.
Clearly, your passion was not there.
All right.
But you can act like an accountant like no
I
other.
can act, oh yeah, I can put on a tie. We're cool. So right out of high school, I still remember the day. So all that we have in my hometown are coal mines. That's it. There's a college, there's a hospital, and like 167 coal mines.
Wow.
Jesus.
And so my mom and my dad, they sat me down and they were like, you know, what do you want to do with your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole conversation.
And I'm like, sticking to my guns, guys. I want to be an actor. And they were both like, you're not going to go into the coal mine? And I was like, no, absolutely not. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever you need to make it as an actor, we support you.
Aw.
You know, yeah, they were really supportive. And then like a week after I got out of high school, my dad got me the job at the coal mine. And I thought my mom was going to kill him. We had this conversation. Like,
This is
was
not what he
like-
wants to do.
Like you get addicted to the money and the lifestyle, and there's a lot of money in coal mining
Oh,
and the
yeah.
health benefits and all that stuff. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
and they earn it, they deserve it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They-
It's a risky job, is it not? Super.
it's way more interesting than you can possibly imagine.
I know a little bit about it.
It's white.
It's
It's not
white.
black. Yeah. 'cause
Oh,
they,
cool.
They,
Oh,
Oh no
Like-
shit.
and they put like rock dust all over the wall. So like that was always like my first impression was how white it was.
Well then, how come when I buy coal now it's black and we burn that
The
shit?
coal itself is black.
You
It's
see
the
what-
stuff that they put on the walls.
Okay. Oh, I was like, they can't
And-
burn the white shit.
Yeah, I'll go
They
with
got
that.
they got to paint it black. Hey, it's easier to burn that way. Just get rid of it. It's fine.
stupid.
Oh, sorry. That's one of my
He
one of
is
my
stupid.
proverbial black jokes for the day. Thank you very much.
Okay, can you not tell anymore?
Sure. We'll move on with Bill in the coal mine. Let's do this. Anyway.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely got my work ethic from watching my mom and my dad. That's the long answer to that question. You're welcome.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You know,
Seriously, though.
it's amazing that your family got your back that way. I would assume because when I think of a coal miner, I'm thinking they are like rugged, hard dudes.
They
You
are.
know what I mean? And if I was wanting to be an actor and I had to go to my dad, who's a coal miner, and go,
wanna
I'm going to be an actor, Dad. He'd be like, the fuck you talking about? Get your ass in that fucking cave. All right, stop this pussy shit and get over there and start digging. You know, that's what I would think. So that's
Like-
awesome.
Yeah, my other part of the family, like my dad's side, were all like acting.
Okay, there it went.
Yeah.
He got it from them.
How long did you end up in the mine for before you?
Not long.
Not
Not
long.
long. It was basically a summer job before college started.
Okay.
I got a scholarship into college for acting. And it was like, and that was, I mean, I'm, how do I say this? Just extremely obsessed with making it as an actor. I mean, I'm so focused.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that part of the family say to you now?
they're
Nowadays.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now
like,
that now that you
they're
made a
like,
name for yourself and everything, they're like, oh.
yeah, and it's like a lot of my cousins and stuff. I mean, we were kind of close growing up and everything. But now they're like, oh, you're actually like really like this is for real.
You're
like,
doing it. You're actually doing it.
So, but yeah, I mean, they're from a small town. They don't really know. I mean, I never knew that my hometown is 9 hours away from Hollywood Boulevard.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I
knew
wouldn't
that.
have known that either. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You tell us.
Well, maybe if traffic's okay.
Well, yeah. But
Well,
still,
I mean, how
On a good
far are
day.
we away from Hollywood?
I don't fucking know.
15 and a half
know.
hours.
15 and a half hours.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that
Hollywood
either.
goes wherever I go. It's right here in here.
Yeah, right
It's,
now.
it's right here. It's like, like in the Bible, Chuck, when they say, the church is within you.
Yes.
Yeah, Hollywood is within me. Yeah, it's in my bones. It's just there.
No, you don't want Hollywood to be in you. If Hollywood's in you, then who knows what's in you.
No, yeah. it's-
Yeah, that's like, that might be demons and things. Stuff and things.
That's a movie poster right there.
Right?
That is one. So you go into acting when you get to college. What's that like in the classroom environment? I've asked a couple other people, but I'm always curious about how that is. And what was you as a young guy going in there? What was it like?
It was actually really, I mean, because I came from drama in high school. So coming into that, the acting side
Mhm.
was just very accepting. We're all actors. We're all struggling and none of us have a clue what we're doing. So what was weird was when, for my orientation, I had these two other students walking with me and they were like, I was like, oh, so you guys are actors. Like, we're all going to be like actors together. This is going to be great. Hey, check us out. And they were like, no, we're not.
No.
And I'm like, well, wait, hold on, but you're in the theater department. If you're not actors, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we build the sets. We're the technicians. And I said, oh, that's neat. That's cool. And they were like, yeah, you have to do that too. And I was like,
What the
you're
fuck?
out of this thing. I'm not, no. Like, we crossed the line.
Tell
from
me you're
acting
wrong. Tell me you're
to, like,
lying.
code saws, and that was never part of the plan. What are you talking about? And they were like, yeah, you got to take technical theater. And I was like, what's technical theater, and why am I really afraid right now?
Man.
And I mean, I hated it. Like, I got into technical theater.
Did you really? You hated it?
For months. There was not a thing in this world that I hated more.
Wow.
And then we were doing a Christmas show, and my tech teacher, Grady McAvoy, brilliant designer.
Okay.
He's like, I want you to put it. It's a Christmas show with 3 convicts, very famous play, and it takes place in like the Caribbean. And he's like, I want you to put bamboo on this gate. And I was like, whatever. And he's like, I don't know how you do it. Put the bamboo on the gate. Do it however you want. Do whatever you want. And he leaves me away from
Real
Okay.
bamboo on some type of a gate structure.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a gated frame from like Home Depot or something.
What did you
Okay.
do?
I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
I know you
I want to
are.
hear how he figures this out.
And I was like, this is lame. But whatever. It's a class. As long as I get an A, like if I pull off a D- out of this, I can graduate and move to Hollywood. So who cares? I'll
Right.
get your date. And I had the best time with that project. I mean, I actually really just enjoyed it. And when it was all said and done, he walked up and he goes, "Yeah, you got it."
Oh, cool.
And
I
so
thought
this
you were
is
gonna do like something outlandish with
No,
with
no.
the freaking bamboo.
You got the
Hey,
job
it
done.
was. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna do this thing. It's gonna be just like really just weird, but I mean, it was pretty simple. I got it. It was no big deal. But I really enjoyed it.
Right.
So the next year, I ended up taking technical theater for fun.
Oh wow.
I ended up graduating with my associates in theater, and I got accepted into Mesa State University in Grand Junction, Colorado,
Ah.
where I ended up getting an acting degree, a bachelor's, from a Broadway actor. And I have a technical lighting design degree from a Broadway set designer.
Wow,
That's
man.
awesome.
Badass.
That's cool.
You were asking me what I did before acting. I actually do lighting designs for concerts and corporate events when I'm not acting
That
because
is-
it's just so much fun.
That is a skill.
You-
Right
you-
there.
It's fun. It's so
Lighting
much
is
fun.
hard.
Yeah, but he learned
I feel
something that he
like-
didn't even think he would like.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
is-
what's fucking
That is
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
See,
cool.
you never know what's going to bite you. You have no
Mhm.
idea. You put yourself in a position to, go do something that you're like, I don't want to fucking do
I
this.
love
and then
that
you
you're-
find out you fucking love it. That's great.
I love your attitude was bad about it. You were like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Well, it happens a lot.
I was like, I came home and my dad's like, "How was your first day of school?" And I'm like, "Okay, the
It
coal miner's going to
sucked.
kill me.
Yeah, right? Well, that's
Well,
one
the
of the.
coal miner's going to kill me because I can't pick up a hammer, and my mom's going to kill me because I'm going to drop out of college. So which one of these deaths just seemed scarier?"
Right.
And it was mom.
Mom,
So I was like, I guess I got to go
yep.
do this technical theater thing because this is going to suck. I just got to get out of here and move.
Because
Right.
she had your back more than anybody, right?
No, they both did.
They
Oh,
both
that's
did.
good.
My dad was actually hysterical. My dad
Aw.
is the nicest, most genuine, most caring human being on the face of the planet.
Aw.
But he does not get theater.
Mhm.
He doesn't. It just like he
But
doesn't
he
get
supports
it.
it anyway?
Supports it. So I did Taming of the Shrew in Colorado, and he took a day off from the coal mine to come see the show, which is a big deal. Like Dad never got time off from the mine, and he was like, "I'm taking sick day. I'm going to come see you." And he watches the show, and it's Shakespeare.
Right.
So he
My
doesn't
dad's
get
not
it.
really a big Shakespeare guy. And
Bless
that's
his
all
heart,
right.
though.
Not everybody else. So I come out of the show, and I'm like, "So, Dad, what do you think of it?" And he's like, "Well, I liked it." And I said, "Oh, good. What'd you like about it?" And he was like, "Well, there was that part.
That one part with that one guy in it. He was
And then
pretty
there was that
cool.
one scene you had with the one guy in the hat, and that was kind of neat." And I was like, every scene had a scene with a guy in the hat. I mean, I was like, "Yeah, I like that scene too, Dad. I like that scene too." But what was fun was when I got out of college, him and I decided to take his 2-week vacation. We loaded up everything into the SUV, all of his tents, all of his camping equipment and everything, and put the money in in the checking account or whatever. And we had no idea where we were going to go.
Cool. That's
So
super
after
fun.
we get everything into, we had a Mitsubishi Montero. So we put it into the Montero. And then we pulled out the map. And we said, "Where are we going?"
That's awesome.
And Dad, and we looked at it and said, "We haven't been to Bryce Canyon or Zion Canyon, so let's go there." And this was the Monday right after Mother's Day. So this is many years ago.
Mhm.
We go to Bryce Canyon, and it snows on us.
Oh, no.
We wake up in like 6 inches of snow, and we're like, "Yeah, we're not doing that again." No, I mean, there's snow on the there's snow on the stove, there's snow on this, there's snow on the snow. So anyway, so this isn't gonna fly. So we pull out the map, and we're like, "Where are we going next?" And Dad's like, "I ain't doing this cold stuff. Like, I don't mind the snow." My dad doesn't either, to a point, and I guess we hit it.
Okay.
In like 6 hours, my dad's like, "Nope, we've hit my point. We're out."
Boom.
"Where do you want to go?" And he's like, "I don't know. Pull out the map." So we pull out the map in a snowstorm, and we're like, "Vegas. We're going to Vegas."
Uh-oh.
Okay, cool. We head on down to Vegas. We're there for a little bit, and a couple of nights, and it was great. But I saw that they had just put the Blue Man Group.
Oh, I remember that. Remember that?
Man grew.
Okay.
Now, I had seen that in college a year before. We went to New York, and I had seen it there, and I was like, "This is right up Dad's alley."
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to care about in the Blue Man Group as far as like following a story.
Right.
It's visual, all music, like,
Uh-huh.
and it's fun. It's full like just slapstick,
Action, yeah.
Energy.
Yeah, you don't need to know theater to love the Blue Man.
Right.
He had the best time
I
at
bet.
that show.
That's awesome.
That's
That is
cool.
great.
That's really cool.
I'm
yeah,
so sorry
that's
to, like,
perfect. That's
Thank you,
perfect for
like,
him. Yeah.
I'm so sorry that I was like, "Oh, check this out."
No,
Here's a story. Like, it's gonna last like
We
5
love
minutes.
it. We love it.
It's
That's
who
a great
you are,
story.
Man. That's
Great story.
that's the memories we look for when we
Yeah.
get people like you here. It's an interesting path you had to get where you're at now. And one of the things that popped out at me, which is something I've been trying to work on myself lately, even more
Here
so.
we go. We're going deep.
Because it started to make sense. You know, when you get older, Bill, you start realizing how dumb you were when you were younger.
I'm still there.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of with you, but I'm pulling my way out of the muck. Slowly, as fuck, slowly. However, but yeah, but I'm trying. But what I'm learning, even though I may not do it perfectly, is when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations is when you grow. You know, you didn't like the fucking technical art stuff. You didn't want to do it. It made you uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. So blah. But because you forced yourself to do it, you grew. You did something that you didn't even expect. And I think that goes across the board with like the way you perceive things, you know, the actions you take. You know, even like going to the gym, you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable state when you're working out. It hurts. It's not comfortable. That's why people don't want to do it. But that's how you become like badass.
Better.
Yeah. It's interesting.
That is true.
Yeah.
I looked at it quite like that, but yeah, you're right.
It's weird, isn't it? And
Well, you never stop growing.
No, you don't.
So every uncomfortable
But-
situation is another step in growing.
But some people do stop growing. They don't push themselves to
Well,
put
that's a
themselves
shame.
in an uncomfortable spot. They're okay there, you know? They're like, I like the couch.
See, I look at growing as a gift,
It is.
and I'm going to have that gift till I die. I'm always going to learn
Right.
new things. I'm never going to stop learning and growing and being better. You can always be better.
I'm assuming you can. Yeah,
You
I hope
can
so.
never-
Some of us
you
are hoping
never-
we can.
Yeah.
You never get to, I mean, you never get to perfect. You never get there. You always grow. You grow and you grow.
It's
and
right
you
around
get
the corner
better
for me,
and
baby.
better.
I'm almost there.
You know what, Aaron? I'm really going to slap you.
So, in all these opportunities to learn and grow, Sam, what have you learned in the 16 years that you've been with Aaron?
Why you got to put me on the spot? What's people? What,
you
you know what I learned in the 30 years with you?
Perfect.
That is a loaded question, and I don't know. That's why maybe my nickname is Semi-Automatic Sam today.
Because you firing shots off?
Yeah, she's like one of your sprinklers outside.
Anyway.
My brother put in. He's like,
You don't want me to answer that question? Let's just put it that way. And you
What?
don't want me to answer that question either.
why not?
Okay, I retract.
What
the
have I
question.
learned
Your
in the
Honor,
16
Bill,
years?
Your Honor,
Okay.
I need you to pull
Your
the
Honor.
judge
Can
right
you
now.
put
I
your,
would like to
gavel?
retract my previous question.
He just gives us some order in the court too.
Yeah.
Poor Bill.
I
He's
didn't
like,
realize
what
I was
is
opening
going-
up something here.
He knew
usually
what he-
it's a little fun segue to mess with Aaron
Bill,
and
he
Sam
knew
in the middle of the
exactly.
show.
All the time. You guys just fit right in with my circle, so you're
Okay,
great.
good.
Yeah, and
All just chaos.
Don't fall for Chuck's bullshit either.
Oh, yeah,
he knew
no, I knew
exactly
chaos.
what he was doing.
Well, yeah, but I didn't realize. But it's never ever come back with a. You don't want me to answer that today. I'm
You
like,
She
do
says
not-
that all the
Look
time.
at
Have
me.
you listened to our shows?
Chuck, look at me. You do not want me to answer that question.
No, for.
But do you want to play a game, Bill?
shall we play a game?
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
Jim.
Games are fun.
Games are always
They are.
fun. All right. What are we gonna
Sometimes our
play?
games are fun.
Well, they can be, but they can also be unfun.
Shoots and ladders.
No, we're not playing shoots and fucking
okay.
ladders.
You're here Monopoly.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry, Drew.
Whores and debutantes?
What's that game?
We're playing Would You Rather.
Is, that,
Oh.
is it 3D?
Would I rather do a horror or debutante?
No, shut up. I'm running the game.
Okay, what are we
You're
gonna play,
shutting
Sam?
your mouth.
What are we playing?
Unless I call on you. We're playing Would You Rather.
Talk show. We can't shut our mouths, Sam.
Would
Shut
you
your mouth.
rather?
Would you rather?
You shut yours.
What was zucchini?
Bill, you can keep
zucchini.
yours open. I don't care.
Zucchini.
Okay, first Would You Rather is...
Okay, here we go. Wait, does he even know?
Yeah. Do you know what the would?
You know
would
what?
rather?
How to play Would You Rather.
Would you rather game?
Yeah, you're gonna give me two different choices,
Yeah.
and I can pick one.
All right, here we go.
Absolutely.
Is it only two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Would you rather have a huge imagination or a photographic memory? This is a hard one. I feel like.
That is a hard one. That's
Yeah.
a great question.
Mhm.
That is a great question, and I am going to photographic memory.
Really? Okay. All right.
Because, every time you see something, you will always remember everything about it.
Yeah.
And I think that. So this is just me. This is how I am. This is how I've programmed myself to be. Everything is about acting.
Uh-huh.
So everything in my life is about it. So with a photographic memory, I can remember everybody's emotions and situations and be able to pull better characters.
And all
off
those
of-
lines.
And also, nice it would be to just like sit back and like just look at a page one time and be memorized
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd be back. You'd save a
for
lot
like
of time, brother.
30 years.
Yeah.
Literally, though.
Okay.
That's a great answer.
It's a tough one, though.
Yeah.
It's a
But
tough
that
one.
is a tough.
hard
It
one.
is a tough question, guys.
Okay,
But
all right.
what would you do, Aaron?
I take the huge penis. I mean, imagination.
He's just
Yeah,
he's
huge
just
imagination.
bummed because
Yeah,
he doesn't have one of those. So
I'll take imagination.
But he can imagine them.
And the only reason why I would pick imagination, because I could imagine myself having a big penis, but especially a huge one. No, because the photographic thing scares me.
can't even imagine it.
No, because there's so many good things with having photographic memory, right?
Yeah.
But there's some things I see that I want to forget.
Okay.
And if I see something that I don't want to see and I can't get it out of my head,
Why is your voice
I
squeaking?
know.
because it's scary. Because I've seen some horrible shit, some really nasty shit, and
Okay.
that'd stay with you. So I don't know if I could sleep. So I'll just take imagination.
Okay.
That's my final answer.
Because you like the pretend.
Yeah, that
Like
I
he
huge
has
penis.
a giant penis.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron likes the pretend.
I do. It's fun.
Yes,
Wait a
he
second.
does.
We are in a
we
creative
are
show.
all, we are all in the filmmaking industry.
Mhm.
We are.
all like to
We all like the pretend.
That's why
I get
Sam.
it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Now,
I like to pretend too.
Good
see,
for you.
I'm kind of stuck here on this one because you said photographic. And if I
Yeah,
could have
photographic.
if I could have eidetic memory, which means I remember everything I hear and read and see, that'd be different. It's more controllable.
it's
but
photographic.
but because it's phographic, I'd have to go with keeping imagination.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
There we
the
go.
Photographic
I'm with
memory
Bill.
is awesome.
I'm with Bill.
You going photographic too?
Yeah, because I think
How
that
come
there's.
we get to talk about Aaron's huge penis, but I didn't get to do anything on
Oh, go
why
ahead.
I thought
Yes,
why I
please.
would want to have this?
No, I'm sorry. Please tell us why you. Chuck, please tell us why.
We want
I'm
to hear.
so
Chuck.
sorry.
That's all Sam.
I
This is
would
her game.
absolutely love to have Bill be in one of our movies with his photographic memory to where he can memorize the script, but I just want to be able to keep the imagination to write the stories that he gets to perform in.
Understand.
like
All right.
All right. Hey.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
It wasn't as exciting as Aaron's gigantic
I mean, you
freckled
built us
penis,
up for
but
like.
you know, hey.
Can't get that out of your head. Yep. I was going to join the Black Man group back in the day, like when Blue Man group was
Okay,
going
shut
on,
up
but
anyway.
I wasn't black enough, so they didn't meet.
Shut up.
Sorry.
That's because you're half white.
I know.
He's half right too.
Yeah.
No, he's not even half right.
Half white and quarter right.
All right. What's the next one?
Okay, this is another hard one.
Okay.
I don't know what you'll pick, but would you rather give up technology or give up books, movies, and television?
Technology.
Easy.
I'm taking
Yeah.
a bomb. It is.
I think we all
Wait,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that's gonna be.
like a horse and carriage on Crenshaw Boulevard. Like we're all like, yeah. If I didn't love acting, so I mean, because with technology, if it was gone. Okay, here's a question for you:
Okay.
Gone just for me, or is technology gone off the planet?
Technology is just gone off the planet. It's gone.
There's always theater.
That's
So
what
the
I was
acting-
thinking because we couldn't watch movies anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no. Technology, the way we know it, like today's technology, is gone. Like we don't have cell phones.
So you got to go back to the
So
80s.
we can go
Yeah,
back,
to the
to
movie
when
theater.
there's movies and TV. There's movies and TV, obviously.
That's
there's always
technology,
been
though.
books. But
But the
okay,
idea-
there's that much technology.
Okay.
Going back
Okay,
to the
but there's
basis of
not
technology
there's
and
not
not
technology
having
of today.
the in your face
So would you
instant
rather
gratification.
Yeah.
Got
Would
it.
you rather give up technology of today or books, movies, and television?
I thought you said this was going to be a
Technology
hard one.
today. It is kinda
Technology.
hard. Yeah.
Technology.
Give up tech-
That's just no
Yeah.
questions.
Okay.
even a-
Well, yeah.
Final
No,
answer.
Right
Well,
with you,
I
yeah.
mean,
Meanwhile, Sam's like, screw
It
you guys, I
wasn't-
want my phone.
I do.
I got to play my game.
Oh, on my phone. Investigation Discovery or my phone? It's hard.
Tough. Okay.
Okay.
Is
this
that one of your favorite shows?
Investigation Discovery?
She loves
It's
that.
it's
The
a channel, not a
channel.
show.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry. I
yeah,
don't have
they-
TV.
Every show on that channel is fantastic.
Okay.
Okay. Now that we got, I go to sleep to that every night.
Death, murder, kill.
That's why she wakes up screaming at you in the middle of the
Pretty
night.
much. Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways, the last question is about your character. We're gonna find out who you guys really are right now.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do
Would you
this.
rather?
Should I delete everybody's names on the screens first?
Okay. Would you rather people admire you for your good deeds or respect you for your power?
Good deeds. Power to me is, I am not gonna be consistent with. I just think the power is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's
I
just
agree.
like everybody brings something to the table. Cool, like that's it. You know, it's like this whole power thing is like, yeah, I don't need it. You guys can all take the power. I'll go sit by a lake without technology.
I know what Aaron's thinking over there. He's like, I got the power.
This one's hard. Well, because with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes,
And
that's true.
I tend to have irresponsible behavior sometimes. So how can I do with that? This is me working through this
Yeah.
to try to find an answer right now.
You want me to go
Because how
first?
good are you with good deeds?
I do a lot of fucking good deeds.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
That's
A lot.
fantastic.
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I put myself in a lot of uncomfortable situations. Let me put
That's
it that way.
great.
Yeah, and come out on top, Bill. You know what I mean? Like Cobra Kai shit. Badass. However, good deeds go unnoticed, and that's what sucks.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. People don't appreciate them as much. They start getting expectations. This is a deep one. Can you come back to me?
Yeah, I'll come back to
Okay,
you.
come back to me
Chuck?
for a minute. I'm gonna keep thinking.
I don't need to overthink it. I would always be, if you look at the situation of power is always something that has to either be maintained or strive to get more of. But if you just always do good deeds, then you don't have to worry about the ups and downs of trying to maintain and hold that power. I'd stick with doing good deeds.
Huh, okay. What if you could do more good deeds if you had power?
I think that if
Oh, you gotta pee? Okay. Yeah, we got a
how are we
huge
supposed to
debate
figure
going.
out who's right if you leave?
There is no right answer here. There's no right answer.
She doesn't have. She has no power in her bladder. But she's going to the bathroom instead of peeing on the floor. So that's a good deed for here. That's good for us. But no, it doesn't matter how much power you have. I would not want to get stuck in that loop of thinking that if I had more power, I could do more good deeds, because then I would struggle to make sure I'm always getting more power to think I could perform more good deeds. But if you're focused more on getting the power, your good deeds are going to wane.
Well, look at Captain America. He has a lot of power,
Well,
and he does good deeds, right?
Yeah,
That's my point.
That's my superhero. And that's
Yeah,
Captain
you could do a
America.
lot of cool
Can't see
shit.
as much shit in my room anymore. I used to have Captain America shit
Yeah,
everywhere,
just
but now we
'cause-
get our stuff up.
I don't understand the question then, I guess, because if you choose the power, then you can't do good deeds at all anymore. Is that the question? That sucks.
I don't know. Take her paperwork and look at it and see if she,
I know I should cheat.
She pretty.
You read all the next questions coming up and prepare
I'll take the
ahead.
safe answer. I'll go with good deeds with you guys. Fuck.
No, you can be.
Sorry about that.
You can live your life going after the power, and it's fine. It's just
No, it's not. It's not living your life going after the power. You could live your life going after good deeds.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, and you can monopolize yourself just the same way. It's just the word power scares people. I think that's what it is.
Power is the fearful word.
Mm-hmm.
Can you reread how you worded your statement for "Would you rather"?
Yeah,
please?
real quick, because I'm leaning towards going with good deeds. I just want some clarification.
Yeah.
On
I
one thing
apologize, Bill. I've had 3 kids. When I have to pee, like I
That's okay.
We just
That's
all
why
live
they
in
call
little-
her semi-automatic. Sam.
Yeah, we just wish she would have washed her hands before she came out.
You know what? Fuck you. I put the fucking sanitary stuff on there.
Okay, just
On-
real
on
quick,
your-
and we can end
on your vagina?
Sanitizing
Are you serious?
lotion.
You're really
No,
talking about
what?
washing hands right now? I want to get to the answer.
Go ahead.
Okay, real quick, Sam. Can you say
Hand
that?
sanitizer. Whatever.
thank you.
Anyway.
What was
Well,
the?
can you please clarify?
Just clarify that
Just
you-
clear your throat.
If you take power, you never
Okay.
can do a good deed again. Is that what it pretty much is saying? On the would you
How was
rather?
that worded, please?
Okay, this is a lot simpler than you complicated it.
Okay, it's great.
So,
That's not surprising.
so this is the simple answer.
Okay.
Would you rather people admire you for your good deeds
Or admire you for power.
or respect
No, or
you
respect
for
you for
your
your
power?
power.
Which would you rather? Period.
Okay,
There's no
okay.
like complicated shit.
Okay,
Yeah, we overcomplicated because you had to
Yeah.
pee. You screwed up the whole game.
that's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I might
I'm
go with the
sticking with good
power.
deeds.
I think I'm going with the power. I like the respect and the power thing. That's
I
kind
knew
of
it.
cool. That's
Okay,
kinda
I
cool.
knew that.
I like that.
I knew that you
Yeah.
two guys would pick the good deeds and that Aaron would pick the power. And I also picked the good deeds because I'm a good deeder.
Good
I
deeder.
like good. I like doing good deeds.
There's nothing
That
wrong
makes
with good
me
deeds.
feel
Yeah.
good, and I like it.
Yeah, yeah. I like
Took the
it.
power, though. I'd do like something like really awesome, right? Like give everybody. I'd have the power
Yes.
to give everybody like milkshakes.
I don't know. Power
every
does
day.
nothing.
Yes.
For, power does nothing.
That's what I'm thinking.
for
I'm
me.
thinking about doing good deeds with that power, and people will be like, "Dude, thank you for that. I respect that." That's all I'm thinking. You're
Aaron-
thinking I'm going to take the power and like do something bad, like in Chronicle, and blow up a city and
Do you
shit
think
because
Aaron
someone
would
pisses
do,
me off. I'm not going
do
to do
good
that.
deeds with power?
Chuck doesn't believe it. No, he goes to church.
I think no. I think
He's not gonna trust me.
I don't think so.
It's fine.
I think that going back to the way it's verbalized, because if you're getting the power and you get the respect for the power, are you going to be going after the more power to maintain your high level?
Now you're making it too complicated again.
Well, I know
It's
that, but that's how my brain works.
I know. Well, mine does too.
Aaron, you're too
I'm not
sinister
photographic,
for
I'm
that.
Anyway.
You're the sinister.
She thinks I'm Dr. Evil, Bill. Do you believe this right now?
He is Dr. Evil.
Okay.
But is she
Sinister.
right? Well, that's the question. I mean, that's the real question. Is she right?
I don't think so.
I'm hearing some head. I'm
think so.
getting mixed signals. One person saying no, the other like is nodding their head.
Yeah,
excessively
No,
yes.
that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, they don't have that kind of. I used to play quarterback in high school, and I got a college scholarship to play. I'm a leader. Leaders need to push others and get them to come with them. You know, that's the power. That's it. It's not a bad power. It's just leadership power qualities.
Give the rest of your teammates milkshakes though every day.
That's what I'm saying, right?
They'll all be fucking fat linemen.
Good. You guys can block for me.
Yeah, but they'd be happy like.
Yeah, they'll be happy. They'll block all day long. I will never get sacked.
Like an 18-year-old a milkshake every day, dude. That's like Mecca. That's like the best thing you can have.
Until he turns diabetic.
Right.
Oh my
Well,
God.
that's
No,
wrong.
that's not.
That's awesome.
I wouldn't call that
Minor
necessarily.
technicality.
The good deed
Right.
then would be making sure he gets proper medical treatment.
Funny shit.
They go hand in hand when you look at it like that.
That's
It's the same
true, Bill.
question.
My daughter, my 12-year-old daughter, that reminds me every time we see anything that's like a lot of sugar. Like we went to this donut shop by our house, and she saw they had on display. They had this huge donut that's like huge, and she was like, "Mom, it's diabetes."
Straight up. I remember that.
You know,
Yeah, diabetes with sprinkles.
you know that at 12 years old, that's pretty like amazing.
That's so funny.
Because at 12 years old, I looked at that and I was like, "That's yum." That is, I never thought diabetes.
Well, they're doing better in her health class than they did in ours.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, no kidding. Ours was just like, yeah, shut up and eat it.
Uh huh.
So
if
you
it
don't,
tastes good,
so
it
you
is
don't want to
good.
split it with me. Okay, good.
I can have it all to myself.
It's too funny. Is that our game, Sam?
That's our game.
Thank you, Sam.
Would you rather?
Would you
Would you
rather?
Thanks, Bill, for playing. Man. Awesome.
And I'm sorry, Bill, for having to play.
What?
What?
I'm kidding.
Huh? It's good.
That was a
Now I
broken.
know who has all the power and who doesn't in the group. I know
Yep.
what to look forward to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Leadership. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're the leadership.
Sometimes we need leadership a little bit. All right. Can we get
Never
back?
mind the fact that we all know that I'm the woman here and that we always have the leadership.
You've got the power? Is that what
yeah,
you're saying?
pretty much.
Oh, okay. So no wonder
I
you
mean,
pick
I
the
don't
good
ask
deeds.
for it. I don't want it. I just have it. Yeah. Aren't you the one that said vagina equals power?
I might have said that at one time.
Yeah.
Was he horny
You
at the
did.
time?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. That's the thing that.
I mean, I don't
that
fucking know, but
yeah, that's the one thing. Like, what did Bill Burr say? Basically, he's like that. The only reason women are always right is because we want to fuck them.
And guess what? You know what? It doesn't matter.
It's the best thing ever.
At least we're always right.
And note, he did say Bill Burr, not our
Yeah,
guest
not
this
me.
time.
Not me. Bill Burr. He's stand-up comic.
Okay. Well, you
but,
take
I
a
mean,
lot of your
Every guy laughed, and then they got in
take a
trouble.
lot of your material from those people.
Well,
those
yeah, I do.
comics,
Yeah. What am I going to do?
Anyway.
They influence me. Okay, Bill. So you go to LA. When did that happen? And then what was your first acting gig? How did it kind of transpire for you?
It was a mistake, oddly enough.
What?
Yeah, my plan was to. All right, here you guys go.
Okay.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Let's have it.
Another story. I'm sorry. You're welcome.
No,
I love
love
your
it.
stories, buddy. Keep it. Come on.
So right out of college, my technical teacher, Dave Cox, the Broadway guy, was like, you should get into technical theater. And I said, yeah, I will. I want to go on cruise ships and be a waiter. And I want to save all my money as a waiter and move to New York. And that was the plan. Dave said, why don't you go on cruise ships and do lighting in their theater? And I said, I'd never been on a cruise ship before. I've only seen the ocean like maybe 3 times. So I was like, they have theaters on cruise ships? And he was like, yeah. So I go out on a cruise ship, do lighting on cruise ships for years.
Wow.
And I saved all my money from that. get on my phone with an old friend from college who lived in LA, Mike Broadbent. And Mike was like, I moved to LA, and there's a room in the house available if you want to be my roommate for $375 a month. And I said, absolutely. So I hang up the phone. My mom looks at me because I'm at home on a vacation, I guess, from the ships. And she's like, how's Mike? I'm like, oh, Mike's good. He lives in LA now. She's like, oh, that's great. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm moving there next week. And I did. I packed up all my stuff and I drove. My mom lives in Virginia now, so I drove from Virginia to Los Angeles. And I came out here and got a job at Denny's, which was weird. I think I lasted like maybe 3 weeks. I had like.
Did you cook or were you a server?
I was a server.
Okay.
Some moons over
And
Miami? No joke. Moons over Miami?
Love the meal, hate serving it. And it's like, but I ended up like I didn't know that the Valley was like a hot spot on a Friday night, and I got like the graveyard shift of Denny's.
Jeez, yeah, you were.
Oh gosh, you were
And it was
slammed.
just like Denny's is a great place. I go there all the time. Love the people at Denny's. Love the food at Denny's. I do not need to be working at Denny's.
It's not for you.
Not for me. I didn't fit. Like, it was just not like a good life choice, and I figured that out really. I lasted. Let me put it to you this way: I lasted longer at the coal mine than I did at Denny's, by far.
Okay.
So I ended up quitting Denny's in like 3 weeks, which felt like an eternity. And my other roommate, Alex, he had a job at Universal Studios as a manager at one of their restaurants, and he got me a job there.
Oh, nice.
And that worked out a lot better. There was a better atmosphere. Everybody was nice.
Better hours.
Better hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was cool. And then from that, I jumped into like doing extra work.
Okay.
Okay. So you started off just doing that, the extra
Yeah.
work.
Gotcha. And then
And
you
I-
just kept rolling from then on out, and it just kind of kept building and building. So when you were an extra, though, did you just go and what's the process of finding work for an extra in LA? What was that like back then?
I had a thing called a calling service, which I believe are still around. And I signed up with one of them.
Okay.
Because a friend asked me to do it, so I did it. And then basically they would call me at like 8 o'clock at night, being like, "Hey, do you want to work tomorrow or not?"
Okay.
Or no, actually, it wasn't. Yeah, they were like, "You're working tomorrow. Just phone number to call." And it was like a list of like phone numbers you had to call to get your information and your directions. And I did it for years. Really, like, just enjoyed doing extra work.
That's fun.
I met some amazing people. I mean, it was just it was fun. I mean, extra work. A lot of people are like, that's not acting.
No.
It is.
Yeah,
different
we've had
type of
other
acting.
people say,
Yeah.
like, talk that up, like it's great.
Yeah,
like, they love it.
There's no movie without them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a different type of acting. I mean, yeah, you're in the background, you're not in focus. If you do it long enough, you will be seen.
Mhm.
You will see me in a couple of projects, and I'm like really like hesitant to say like which ones, but they are there.
Right.
And people are like, I saw you in this movie, and I'm like, I didn't see me. Like, I remember filming the movie,
But I haven't seen me in it.
I don't know where.
but I don't remember seeing me in the movie because
that's
the camera
funny.
just goes by me. Like one of the movies
funny.
was $1 Million Baby.
Oh,
When
okay.
she get into the ring of her final fight,
Mm-hmm.
She is walking past everybody, and I remember getting pulled. One weird thing about me was like I was always getting pulled by the director or the first AD to come be like, you stand right here, right now, and it'd be like 5,000 people, and it'd be like, you here now, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I go and that's my job for the day. I go and do what I'm told. I mean, that's my job as an actor. You do what you're told.
Right.
Cool, you can do that.
You should record that for people when we're on set.
Yeah,
This is your job as an actor. Do what you're told.
What you're told. So I mean, so I made a lot of background cameos. Let's put it that way, because I'm not really a cameo, and I'm still background, but I guess the camera goes by me a lot in many projects.
All
But it was
right.
fun.
Good for you,
yeah.
buddy. That is, I love hearing those stories when people start out like that. It always inspires me to and reminds me of why we started this stuff too. It's kind of the same thing, you know. We just get it in our bodies and we gotta kind of roll with it, and we don't know where the hell we're going. You don't really know where you're going to end up, but you just keep doing that same thing every day, and things start happening.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
And that's one thing I love about this business, and especially with the crew. I love the fact that they will find a challenge, whatever that challenge is. I need that light to come from this window. I need this to do there. I need a miracle to happen, and you have 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
And
30
people are
minutes.
like, what the hell are you talking about? You got 30 minutes to figure out like how to put a spaceship on the moon? Like, what are you talking about? We can't do that. Like, we're just what? It's not in the budget. So like 6 people in a department will all get together. And like, okay, how do we do this? Should I do this? Well, we'll put that over there. And I love watching crew problem solve quickly.
Right.
And then when they get it done, I mean, Lucas with like Star Wars, where supposedly he had put like a bunch of different like battleship games all together, glued them, spray painted them all gray, and then ran a camera across them to make like these Millennium Falcons
Fighters
or I think,
flying over it. Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, you're cool because you're creative,
Yeah.
and that's what I love independent films, because I think with an indie film that doesn't have the budget,
Mm-hmm.
you have to make up what you lack in financing with creativity.
Yeah.
I think it's one reason why production crews on an independent level and big budget as well always use the same people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, we don't got to teach each other the new language. We already know the language. We've been
Right.
speaking the language for years, and we have a problem. Well, what if we do that thing with a thing? Oh, that thing, yeah. And that's literally what they say is grab that
Right.
thing with a thing, and like 9 people know exactly what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That
Isn't
thing
that
with the
weird?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
That
man.
thing,
thing-
we all know.
Is a thing. Like
Yeah.
the jackalope? Like, what are you talking about right now?
Right.
Yeah.
No, the thing with the thing. It's when you put the boom
The thing
pole
with
with
the- oh,
on it,
yeah,
you know,
that
you
thing
put
we
the big
dropped off
giant
last
round
night.
boom
Yeah,
thing,
go grab
you have
that.
the moon effect. That's the thing with the thing.
That's an excellent point. And then
Yeah, it
that's
is.
and that's the
It's-
magic of the indie stuff. That creativity, man. It's unmatchable. And that's one thing that always scared me about, getting a budget. It's like, not only that we have to answer maybe other people who are investing in the film, but more or less, yeah, you're taking away that creativity
You are.
to enhance your project, to make it, a better project. Absolutely. But is it really better? You know what I mean? If you're lacking that inspirational magic that can flow, like you're saying, where people got to put their heads together and figure something the fuck out, sometimes something explodes out of that. That's mystical, and it's fucking cool. I don't know.
One of the best lighting designs I ever did on a cruise ship, by far. I will never forget this. I did it from a lighting check. I turned on all my lights, all my moving lights, and it was just a lighting check, make sure that they all work. You turn them on, you bring them all, you shoot them straight down, and it's just pools of white light to make sure that every one of them came on. And this dancer, like a dance group on the ship decided to put together a show, went out, made my notes, and they're all leaving now, and I'm going to sit down at the console because I love doing lighting. Like it's a hobby that I just really enjoy. I love acting more,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody's got their little hobbies, and this is mine. It's just a light check. It's 20 lights aimed straight down at the ground. There's nothing there, and a smoke machine.
Okay.
And his dancer had put a backpack next to me, and he came in to get his stuff, and he's like, "That's what I want for my show." And I was like, "What?" I go, "Dude, that's nothing. Like that's what I've been doing for the past 6 years. It's a lighting check."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "That's just turning lights on." I mean, it's literally just turning lights on. That is it.
Yeah.
And pointing them down.
Yep.
I mean, they start down. Like they don't have to move them. That's where they're just like default straight down. They're 50-50 split. They're default. And I was like, and the guy like walks in, he grabs his backpack. He's like, "That's perfect. That's what I want. See ya." And he like takes off. He's a dancer. He's probably never taken a technical theater class in his life.
Yeah.
Probably never even touched a lighting console. And the guy walks out, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, looking at it for like maybe about 3 minutes, and I'm like, what the hell does he see that I don't? And I was like, it's awesome.
That's right.
And I was like, it's exactly what his piece needs.
Yeah.
And it just, and I had to tweak it up a little bit, and I touched it up, and it ended up being one of my all-time favorite things. And that's what I love about just this industry is you have to be creative. You have to have an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why are you doing it like this? Like, you're not questioning it. You're just questioning it.
Right.
There is no really
I don't
like
doubt
right
it, but
or
I
wrong.
question why.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
question
right.
how.
There's no right or wrong.
There really
sometimes.
isn't.
I mean, you just sometimes the best things ever are the things that you just fall into.
Yep.
And that I've told that to a lot of actors and people who I've taught lighting too. It's like, look, first thing you got to remember, even with acting, believe it or not, acting is natural. Just be as natural as you can be. I'm a Meisner trained actor. I trained with Jeff Goldblum. He's my teacher.
Badass.
You know, it's like the thing is, as an artist, there is no right or wrong. There is just different.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's what you got to look at is like, okay, well, your idea is different than mine. Is it right or wrong? One thing that I recommend everybody start watching, if they haven't already, is watch Mythbusters.
Oh, I've watched
The
that.
two
Yeah. It's fun.
guys- Two guys have completely different points of view on pretty much everything they possibly can.
Yes.
And everything works. You know, and if it doesn't work, the other one's like, well, if you'd have done this, it'd have been like that. Oh, yeah, now I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and then they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about the failures. You don't want to have perfection. You want to be able to be like, okay, that sucked. How do we make it better fast?
Right.
But
We're
I
not-
love how they both
Yeah.
have these different ideas and they come together with them. Like they both, they give their ideas to each other and they understand. Like there's a middle. There's an understanding of the both of
Yeah.
them at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we're talking about, like get that thing over there and give me that thing over there, and they know exactly what thing. I mean,
Right.
there's that middle ground that's gray where there is no true emotion in there other than the love of what they're doing. It's not
Right.
like an attack. It's not anything like that.
No, and I
It's-
love that
yeah.
show because they explain why it's a myth. Like, why do people believe this? Well, this is why. And it makes sense. And then you're like, well, but why is it just a myth? Well, that makes sense too. So you understand both sides of it.
It's cool. Yeah.
And that's also too, like one thing with a director when I'm acting, if a director says something, tells me to do, he's like, hey, go off set, we're gonna like do stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool, the crew are doing their thing. I am not crew at this point. Sometimes it breaks my heart. I get it, I respect it. Like I got a job to do, and it's not that. So I leave, and I come back, and they're like, okay, so we're not gonna have you stand here. We're gonna have you stand here. I have seen actors be like, well, why are we doing it that way? Like, dude, director knows what he's doing. He sat with the crew for last half an hour. They've talked this out. Trust them.
right.
They want you to do this because of something that you don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And while it's important to them, it's really not important to you. Just do what you're told so we can move on.
Right. Yep. Let's. Yeah.
They
Clock's
get it.
ticking.
Like, well, I'm all in shadow. It's like, cool. Maybe something happened to you that you're going to film later on. Maybe like there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you're told.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is the actors don't know the whole story usually. Like they don't,
Yeah.
or they don't know where it's all coming from, or the backstory, or anything like that. So you have to really just do what you're told. That's it.
I'm sorry, Aaron, you're getting ready to start talking.
No, you go. You go.
It's funny that Sam said it that way because I thought this was interesting too because I didn't even realize this until the last project we were working on. I got to ask you a question, Bill. If you have it available, do you read the entire script so you have a full concept of the story, or do you only focus on whatever your parts are
parts.
for a project?
I read the script 3 times.
Do you really?
Okay, because I thought it was.
Before I do anything, read the script 3 times.
Do you feel like to understand your character, you need to understand the whole story?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You do.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
Fair
so
enough.
I spend hours. Like I said, I mean, we've just talked about how I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I work at 10 o'clock at night. If I am in a script, I will read it the first time just to read it. There's no emotion. I'm not just like the same way that you would pick up a novel from a bookstore or a library. You just read it. You're not figuring anything out. You're just reading it. The second time you read it, that's when you start to go a little bit more detailed. Like you start looking at, okay, what are the relationships? Okay, I know what happens with this guy, and you really kind of start to analyze it a little bit more. But again, you just read it from beginning to end. The third time is when and I'll read a script like 10, 20, 30 times, but this is the
Jesus.
first 3.
Okay.
Once I do the third one, that's when you break out the pencil. Unless there's something that comes up in the first 2 reads, I don't break out a pencil. I don't take notes unless there's something like, oh, dude, highlight that. That's important.
Wow.
Then once I read it the third time, that's when I start going and do very, very, very basic very first 101 script analysis and character analysis.
To your character or all characters?
That third read
Yeah.
is just me.
Gotcha.
Just
Just your-
okay,
for
your
whatever
character.
character.
Your
After the
part.
third read,
Mhm.
I will start to like I'll read it the fourth time, and that's where I'll spend probably 5 to 7 days reading the script
Okay.
just one time.
To develop
read-
your character.
Yeah, from beginning to end of the script of 100 pages will take me about 5 or 6 days.
Wow.
And I will sit there and I will break down every single solitary line.
Wow.
Why are they doing this? What's their purpose? I'm not even in the scene.
That's so much dedication.
Yeah.
That's so
And what
unlike
you do is
very
when
unlike me.
so what I'll do is from about 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, that is my me time. That's my downtime.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm obsessed with driving.
Oh.
And I'll get in my car and I will drive for about 2.5 hours to 3 hours, and I'll drive not all over LA. I normally I'm in Koreatown, so I'll drive off into the valley, then I'll swoop back around and head towards like Santa Monica Beach, and then come back to my place. And that can take about 2.5 hours. And I only take surface streets because I like people popping out in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can keep memorizing my line with all these distractions of cars pulling out and people whistling and police cars and sirens, I know that when I get on set, I'm not going to hear the guy when he drops a coffee cup, when the crew member,
Yeah.
drops
The
a beer.
distractions. Like that's
Yeah.
the most distracted you could ever imagine being. So
But now while I'm driving those 3 hours, sometimes it goes 50-50. Sometimes I'll have the page that I'm studying, I've been studying that day, next to me in the car. And if I want to run lines, I'll grab. Okay, you stop off at a stoplight, not moving. Usually.
Nice cover.
yeah, good cover.
And that's what that line is. He doesn't say that; he says that. So you put the script back down. But a large majority of the time is just looking at who am I? Who is this character? Like, what's he going through? Like, I just did a Soldier's Secret, a leading role
We heard
with a
about
guy.
that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
That's about PTSD, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a guy who went over to Iraq. He came back, and now he is fighting old demons from his life with old relationships and exes who were involved in drugs, as well as fighting PTSD.
Okay.
And then he ended up. It's an awesome story. It's a beautiful story, but he ended up getting into like a Veterans Administration hospital because he ended up having like brain trauma
Oh gosh.
from an accident.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I mean, just talk about an amazing character. And I mean, for hours, I actually got mad at myself one night because I've been driving around for 7 hours now and I haven't read my script. Like, I haven't read Act 2 of the script.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, jackass. Like, I need to focus on the script and what's going on.
Why
in the
was
script.
that? Did you get lost in the back, the
Just like, who is this
character?
guy? Like, who is this guy? Like,
Yeah.
why is he doing this? Where is he coming from? I mean, what would it be like if I was there? I watch so many war movies. I'm not a big war movie guy. It's just, I think it's too real that my mind just doesn't like it. I'm
Mhm.
afraid to war, except for
Yeah.
the Civil War. Love Gettysburg.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I'm watching all these movies and stuff, and I'm just and I'm trying to make them me. So I'm driving around for hours, and I'm like, okay, well, this scene, well, I would do this, and okay, and I go so. Driving it to me is hypnotic. It's relaxing. There's nobody around. I don't drive with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get lost in thought, but my thoughts aren't, what do I got to buy at the grocery store? I've never thought that driving. I've always thought, what was this guy like when he landed in Iraq?
Yeah.
How was the wind blowing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy came from Tennessee and now he's in Iraq. The wind blows different between those two demographics. What's it feel like? Can I feel that?
That's deep character exploration. Like that's really.
Yeah, Sam, I'd like you to work on that before we start say goodbye.
You can go fuck yourself.
That's what I love. I mean, I love that deep, detailed character and script analysis. I thrive on it. And then there was
I
times
love that you
when
do
I'd go to the
that.
director and I do the scene and the director would pull me off to the side. Her name was Linda Lee. And she was like, how did you know that? And I said, how do I know what? She goes, how did you know that he would do that? That's what my son did.
Because you explore the character that deep, yeah.
It just made sense.
Yeah.
I had that happen a lot while we were filming, where like people were like, yeah, I remember him doing that. Like I remember this happening. It's like, how did you know? And that's a catch-22 to me, because on one end I'm like, that's awesome. Like, what did I just do? I don't even know what I did. It's so great.
Right.
Like
on the other hand, you're like, that's like supernatural. It's like, dude, like, how did I know that? Like, it's creepy. It's eerie. I mean,
the ability to dive into that character that deep, though, is amazing. Because personally, I'm a lazy actor, super lazy. Like, I read the surface shit, and I just do what I'm told. That's how I act.
Yeah.
These guys tell me I'm good or whatever, but I memorize my lines.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
you can
it.
pull it
I
off,
mean, I
though.
don't go deep into the character like you do. That I think differentiates a good actor from
a great
just
actor.
an actor. I mean,
Yeah, there's
honestly.
You know, Bill, you pick photographic memory because you already have a huge imagination. You already got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For you to be able to dive that deep, and I kind of feel what you're saying, because I write my own screenplays. You know, we're writers here. And when I get into a story and the characters, I don't think about anything else. I really don't. In fact, I look forward to everybody leaving me the fuck alone for a minute so that I can just let my mind go.
He loves me.
I love you guys to
I
death.
leave him the fuck alone.
but to really tie those characters together and to tell that story where, you know, if someone came to me about something I wrote, I'd have an answer for why that's that way if they didn't see it. I already know, you know, and that's kind of like what you were making me feel again by saying what you were saying about that character. Like, why is the wind, how's it blowing over there?
Bill, do you
what
write?
The fuck? That's great.
Do you write, Phil?
I have wrote very little.
Okay. Well, I feel like you would be amazing at that. So maybe you should pick up a pen and,
But he can read it.
Take that.
He can read it. He
Yeah,
reads
I
more
feel
than it's on
like-
the page.
No, I feel like
That's beautiful.
your attention to detail is incredible, and I feel like you could write amazing scripts. I just feel that. Just something I'm speaking because I feel it. I don't know what else to say about it, but you should pick up a pen and give it a try.
I think I would write scripts that my mother would love.
Well,
And that's
whatever.
probably about it. Like, I was like, dude, this script sucks.
If your mother would love them, I feel like I would.
My
So.
mom and dad, it's a great script, man. That's awesome. Like, that's going to win the Oscar award. Like, great. And I take it to like anybody. The homeless
so
guy in the
fun.
corner is like, this script sucks, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
no way. No way. I feel like you could write your ass off. I feel like you'd be good at
So
writing.
when he says only a mother would love, he really
He
means
means,
just his
like,
mom.
I can't suck at
This
writing.
is great. Oh, it's beautiful. You're gonna do
Demographic.
great.
That's it.
Right.
Oh,
No.
she lost her shit. Hang on.
Jesus, Sam.
Sam Waffle.
No, you're fine, honey.
Put my head
Um,
down before-
Bill, it's an
Sorry.
amazing gift you have to be able to do that. I think a lot of actors that are going to be listening to this show, I hope get something out of what you said about diving into that character and giving that time for yourself to really just let it all go. You know, let everything go that you know right now here, and let it fall into where that guy or that character or that person that you're playing is. I think it's fucking cool.
I have a
Shit,
I have
love
one
it.
question
Go for it.
about this.
Yeah.
So Bill, when you become a character or you're exploring a character, say, are you able to shut off your own personal life and your own personal self? Are you able to completely just shut that off and totally focus your entire energy on another character or the character you're becoming or the character you're playing or whatever?
I would say 98%, yeah.
Really?
Now, there was one thing, and this is what I've been striving for ever since I heard it. So, and I don't know if the story is true or not. It's just a story I heard, and I love the story. Tiger Woods is playing some championship thing that Tiger Woods is playing. And I don't know the full story behind it. And like I said, I don't know if it's real or not, but the story's great. So he gets up there, and right before he swings, some like private airplane or something, some airplane happens somehow. And it flies right over top of everybody. He hits a ball. And he does pretty good. He does Tiger Woods good.
Mhm.
You know, as good as like nobody's like, wow, that sucked, but you know, there's an airplane. So they're like, how did you make that shot
Yeah.
with the airplane? And he was like, I'm sorry, what airplane?
Oh, boy.
He was so focused on that, on the ball and what he was doing. He didn't even hear the plane. And another thing that I think that a lot more people can realize or relate to out of that story, to anybody who's listening to this, if you've ever acted in theater, ask yourself, how many times have you heard somebody in the audience sneeze? When you're on the stage, there is no audience.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no audience. When you're on a set, there is no crew. And it's where you basically hypnotize yourself to only focus on what is
The task at hand, basically, right? The character, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, every character wants something. Every character, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Waiter number 3 walks up to your table. Can I take your order? Character, you want something. Asking you, what do you want so I can get it for you? He walks up to your table. He drops off a plate of spaghetti. He wants to get rid of the plate of spaghetti. Every character wants something.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you getting him is where you play your tactics. And are you a disarming tactic? Are you an affirming tactic? And it's like, it's like the 3 tactics are like, I win, you lose. Another one is you win, I lose. And the other one is we both win. And those are your main tactics. And that's what you got to look at with every single line. What is your character doing and how are you trying to do it? And it's like flattery. Flattery is always true. That's why it always works. That's an acting thing.
Yeah.
It's always true because it always works.
It's funny because you mentioned Jeff Goldblum being one of your coaches, your teachers, what have you, is a fact. Because you're watching him in a scene where he does that with somebody. Like, he'll be great with a waiter walking up on him and then turn around and dismiss the person talking next to him at each turn. He's like, being, giving to one and taking from the other. And it's just watching him go back and forth like that all the time. So when you say this and then I hear his teachings in what you're saying, which is just really funny.
Yeah, you can visualize
you
it.
can see that.
So I've never been starstruck with anybody. I mean, I've seen them all. I don't care. Like, dude, you're cool. I'm cool. We're all cool. Like, that's it.
We're all just people.
I found out that Jeff was going to be my teacher when I did the orientation. I was like, wait, it's actually Jeff?
Wait, excuse me?
And they were like, yeah. And they're like, cool. So I go to the class, my class on Fridays, and he's there. And it's Jeff.
And you're like, Mr. Malcolm, hi.
Yeah. Like, he's always been like somebody who I've always like he's always been one of my favorite actors. Him, David Strathairn. I mean, there's a long list of just amazing actors. But he's mine. And I used to sit like within like inches of him. Like I walk in, I always take like the bottom left corner of like a room usually. And I didn't know that's where he sat. Like, he has a like chair there, and I don't know.
Like, you had no prior knowledge.
Yeah, he's exactly like how he is in his movies, and he can't stop acting. So I get up there on stage, and we're doing the technique, me and my scene partner, and Jeff can't stop acting. So he jumps up on the stage with us. And I look at him, I'm like, Jeff, get the hell off my stage. He's like, oh yeah, yes, and he like takes off. And then the scene ends, I guess going to sit down, I'm like, I just told Jeff Goldblum to get the hell off my stage. I was like,
hold on to your butts.
Not on stage, he owns this building. Like, I can't tell this guy to like leave, And he was like, that was perfect. It was great. It was real. And I was like, yeah, don't evict me from your class.
Right.
Please don't kick me out.
I'm sorry. Buddy, that's awesome. That is such a... Yeah, where you've been, I know, then that's cool you're not starstruck, because I think I might be. I think I might be. But I don't know for sure yet either, because I do believe that we're all just people. So I get it. I get that. But, there's certain people out there that you'd want to meet. Like, you worked with, I saw Vernon Wells from Commando.
Yes.
In Road Warrior.
Okay.
That's fucking Bennett.
Okay, he's already starstruck?
Yeah, he's
starstruck.
So blow off some steam, Bennett. I mean, that's the shit. That's the shit.
He's a huge 80s action guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Big
Mad
time.
Max, Weird Science, I mean, that's our guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing to me. So if I saw that guy, I'd be like, hey, bro, what's up? No, dude, you were in the movies. This is fucking badass. We got to talk about this for a minute. You know, that would be. But you know, but you took it with a grain of salt, just like, hey, these are just these guys, and we're just making movies, and right?
Yeah, and that was by far one of the weirdest, most pleasant sets I've ever been on. I went in there. We filmed it out in Maryland, and I play a demon in that. I play like a possessed person.
Okay.
And I mean, so much fun.
I bet.
So much fun.
I bet.
I loved playing
I
that
know
kind
you
of a
did too,
part
Sam.
too.
we had the cast party, and like I could tell that all these filmmakers, I mean, they're all like little like independent filmmakers, you know, and I had never met any of them before we started filming, and they were just like so pleasant, you know, and they were like, they've done movies since then out in Maryland. And you see them like all like chiming in with each other, like, oh, but they're all saying this was the best movie we've ever done. Was this one?
Cool.
I flew back into LA and I just had like this natural high for like a week. I mean, I still get chills just thinking about this character.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
And that's what it's about. I mean, that's what the magic is.
Yeah, brother.
That's the magic. Everybody's like, what's the magic? Is it bringing it all together? No, that's part of it, but it's not. That's like 10%. The magic's when you walk out and you're like, what was that?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I was a part of it. I saw it. It's like a magic act. You walk
Right.
out, like, God, the magician was amazing. How did he do it?
So do you mean like you can't even explain it?
Yeah.
Like it's
Can't
a
explain it.
feeling you can't explain.
You cannot, and that's
Magic.
magic that people are trying to talk about. That's what
Okay.
they're trying to describe,
Fair enough.
and there's no words to describe it. What's it like? Oh, it was it's like magic.
It was that thing.
Right. That's like
That thing with the thing, you know, that was just
Yeah,
a
the
thing.
thing with the thing. And the
know
only
that
people who
moment,
know what
that
that thing
feeling?
is are the crew because they're in it.
Yeah. And you had to be at the thing to be able to understand what the thing really
what the
was.
thing really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That moment, that feeling.
Sam, you've never felt that when we finished a film?
You know, that's not my area of
Okay.
passion, so no.
No, you didn't
Well,
have that.
Honestly, no.
Did you, Chuck? Have you?
I've always had that. I always had that feeling.
Okay.
Well, here, let's look at our last film. Everybody laughed at me because when I found out that one of the distributors said they weren't going to take our film, I was legitimately surprised. I'm like, why wouldn't you take the film? It's awesome. You know, it's fun.
Yeah, it was magic.
It's a thing you'd want to watch.
Yeah.
But no, that's I was actually with him saying that. I was just thinking the same thing. It's like, do we lose some of that magic because we're independents, because we have a day job or type people, because our shots are so drawn out? Like when we finished The Source, that felt amazing. We did it in 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so last weekend it was just like, dude, look what we just did. And, you know,
Yeah.
we did it in 2 weekends and we got everything. We did a bunch of oneers. So everything was done and we got it all in 2 takes.
And I'm like,
Each night we got,
was
by
magic.
the second take, we had it. It was like everything worked perfectly. I was like,
It was
how
magic.
that happened?
It was
Even
magic.
though Aaron will say I
the
didn't get his
source,
face
and I was
enough in
like,
it.
Yeah, I didn't get my face enough in it.
I
but
didn't get
that's
Aaron's
okay.
face enough, but that was okay because I was behind him. If I got your face, I was doing something wrong.
Oh, I purposely had some great shots in there. You would have loved it.
Yeah,
but
especially if
Oh
you're
just got to
my
put the
God.
flashlight up a little high. But it's still a
this
great
is
take.
the star
Yes.
of the show.
No,
So-
not the star. No,
so-
it's just, you know,
but
with great
those
power
types of
comes
things-
great responsibility. That's
But
all I'm saying.
I think when it comes to our feature films, with having them
Well, I'm
drawn
used to that
out
term.
for so long, I can keep talking while you guys giggle.
No,
'cause
I'm-
my voice
I'm-
Go
carries
ahead.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the people listening,
Thank God.
especially if they have earphones in. My
I'm
voice will
listening,
carry
Chuck.
through. But I think because our features are so drawn out to get them done. I mean, when we did The Outrider, it took 6 months. When we did The Con, it took 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Or more.
but I mean, I think maybe with Say Goodbye, it'll be a little bit different because we're going to get it done within 2 months.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
For our shot.
I mean,
for the
that's what
shoots
we
and
got to
everything
do.
like that.
I mean,
So,
people will have jobs.
I think
we
maybe
gotta
it's
work.
just so drawn out. They don't have that magical feeling because it's not us. I mean, our core group does because we're in it from a year and a half ago all the way through the completion.
Well, when we finished Outrider, and that's one of the features we released, Bill. It did take about 6 to 8 months, I think, for us to get it done. But here's the cool thing: I remember that feeling when we finished. I remember the feeling, and I always told you guys, I always there's like a sadness and a jubilation.
You mourn the characters.
I mourn the fucking
He
characters.
literally does.
I've been with them a long time. I've written about them. I've thought about them. They've taken away from my family that I'm here with every day because my mind goes to these other imaginary people that are in my head. So when the story's over, they die, and I don't need to hang out with them anymore. And I'm like,
He
well, fuck,
mourns
that's sad.
them. He mourns them like
I do.
literally.
I really do.
And the sad aspect for that is you shouldn't have gone and done that last shot you needed by yourself.
Why?
Because you did all that and mourned that by yourself.
Yeah, but it felt good though. And that was, and you know what?
And you were at a church.
And I would say it was magic. It was.
So, have you ever written a character that you were so glad to kill?
Yeah, I've done that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
written characters
absolutely.
that we were glad he killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it-
Usually we're glad. Yeah. The more like
Okay.
him, the more happy we are when he kills him.
It's bus throwing time. Is that our new game show? Let's throw Aaron under the bus one more time.
It's funny when you're doing like the filmmaking and stuff and everything, because you're going to learn so much with every time that you do.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think people give that part enough credit.
Yeah.
It's like I did this scene and the scene sucked, and you put it in the movie and it still sucked, and we worked on it for hours trying to get the stupid lighting right, but it still sucked. And you know something? Just film the dang thing. We've been here for like 12 hours.
We've
Just
been
film it
there.
and see what happens, and
Yeah.
it sucks, and you
Yeah.
still put it in. But then when you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, that's what I did wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I could have done. Then when you get to that again, you're like, everybody's like, dude, how do we do that? It's like, well, I got an idea that I was looking at and watching. And
Yeah.
That's
this is how we
learning.
do it.
That's learning.
And growing.
That's it.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we have a hard time doing that as independent filmmakers because it takes so long to get one project done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and there's so
That's
much.
true.
There's so
Oh.
much to one little thing. One little piece is just so much information and so much. There's so much. And it's constantly changing. That's another thing that I find that's hard in this industry is that it's constantly changing. There's different fads and there's different things and there's different ways of doing things and always changing.
Well, that's what I like what we were talking about earlier about, you know, there is no real wrong way, even though there is a formula.
Thank God.
You know, you've got, you know, you can't really break the 180 rule, you know, but why not?
If there was a
Why
wrong way
not?
to do it, it would
know,
be the way I do it.
It's going to pull the audience out. Well, I've seen them do it. It never pulled me out. You know, I mean, there's formulas to things that you try to stick to, but overall, you could do whatever the fuck you want if
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the
it's
beauty
like
of it.
Woody Allen, who breaks that like 180 rule
Oh, yeah, he does it all the time.
literally, like all the time.
Yeah.
And how many Oscars has that guy won?
A
Like, how
ton.
many
I mean,
awards has
because
that guy
that's what,
got?
because he doesn't give a shit. He is who he is, and he doesn't give a shit.
Well, he's just creative and passionate about what he's making, and it looked cool to him.
He
So,
just
And that's
does what
funny.
he does.
Woody Allen movies, especially the older ones from the late 70s, and
which are
early
hilarious.
80s, yeah, they are
They're pretty
hilarious.
funny,
But
yeah.
I've always gotten a headache watching his movies,
that's probably why.
Really?
and I wonder if that's why.
Who knows?
Yeah.
He's different. He's just different. But you know what? It works. And I think that being different in this industry does work.
I think it's fun, and I think that's
There's
the beauty of the art.
It is
There's
the
a
art.
meme out there, and a meme is, I like the meme. It's actually kind of cool. It says, "Learn the rules like a pro, so you can break them like an artist."
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
I
about.
love that.
You just gave the
That's
title-
amazing.
You just gave us the title of the show.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
title of this show. I
That
appreciate
is
that.
so
That's beautiful.
cool.
bro.
I love that.
And,
On that
yet,
note.
and yet nobody's writing it down, so we're gonna have to go
Oh,
back
I'll
and
I'll
do
write
1
it
hour
down.
Yeah,
and
we're
20
recording
minutes.
the
You
goddamn
can email
thing.
me later, but what was that meme you were talking about?
Can you text that?
What's that thing with a thing? You said that was a meme?
Yeah,
I'll
remember
get
that funny
it.
thing?
That thing.
We all speak about the thing with a thing. We're on the same page.
Oh, Bill.
Well, Bill, I'm just glad that you're going to be one of our things with that thing
yeah, man.
moving forward.
Well,
and,
Expect that email from me.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Don't send it to Hotmail. My
Okay,
Hotmail
yeah, no, Hotmail gets lost. I know.
Hey, dude, it was an absolute.
technology question comes back.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? We got things figured out, and here you are.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolute blast. Getting to know you and
Yes.
hearing your thoughts on acting, especially. What before we let you go, man? What are some of the projects you're working on? Throw some names out there of the movies you got.
I have Sunshine Girl getting ready to start filming. That's going to be awesome.
Okay.
Really deep character.
Wait, Sunshine Girl
Sunshine Girl. Yep.
Yeah.
Is that?
Mm.
with Leanne
Leanne?
Johnson and
Leon Johnson?
I think it's another one.
what was it a
Make it-
different one?
I don't know. It might be.
It's about a woman who is
A lady who is a cancer survivor.
That's
That's
Leanne.
Leanne
Johnson.
We
That's
know
one of our
Leanne.
friends.
Yeah.
We know her very well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
cool.
you're
Right
in
on.
that. Wow.
Yeah, I'm playing Lonnie.
Small world.
It is a small.
You're playing
It is.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Abusive.
That's awesome.
How about
The
that?
abusive. He's abusive, but he's also loving, and he's and he's alcoholic.
It's a complicated
So
character.
Born, and the character is just phenomenal.
That's a fun character to
Wow.
play, buddy.
That
Good
is.
for you.
Show your daughter you love her, and you got all of her trust, and then like literally within seconds you're beating her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just gonna be. It's
Wow.
a true story. Yeah.
Right
yeah,
on,
we
man.
know about Sunshine Girl, and
Yes,
that's
we do.
amazing.
Cool.
Cool. Very
Yeah, our
cool
friend-
I'm just
project.
know about that one.
Yeah.
That just blew my mind.
Yeah, our friend Leanne is actually playing the female
Sunshine
character
Girl.
as the adult.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's dope. Wow. It is a small
Very
world,
fun.
isn't it?
It is a small world.
Jeez. Or we're getting to know too many people. Well, this is
Yeah.
around the reel.
This is
so
around the reel.
I mean,
we're going, you know,
We're going around that
we
reel.
getting around and around.
we all get around. Not as much as Sam, but we all get around.
Oh, he
Not
got
it,
there on
he
the
did.
inside.
That's
Throw
okay.
somebody else under the bus for a minute.
It's no fun with me
everybody-
anymore.
Everybody knows I've been around
Oh,
the
I don't
most.
care.
I'm pretty much flat like Sylvester if the steamroller came over top
I
of
get
him on
around.
the fucking Looney Tunes. That's
I don't care.
anyway. What else you got? You got
Yeah, I get
Sunshine
around,
Girl.
get
What else
away.
is going on?
City of Children.
Okay.
Oh.
The City of Children's gonna be fun. Can't really talk too much about that one, but I'm gonna be playing an assassin hitman.
Oh, badass.
Ooh.
That's right
Yeah.
down my alley.
That's
I
kind
love
of a
that
fun
stuff.
character. Okay.
Just finished wrapping up a vampire movie.
Okay.
Well, that's fun too.
Quirky, fun. Once again, kind of play like the badass hitman kind of a guy, cowboy
Oh, no
Oh,
joke.
nice.
atmosphere. Yeah, I got some pictures on Facebook from that.
Very
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
It's fun.
Fun.
And, just finished wrapping a movie called PTSD with Robert Lizardo.
Oh, we got
Oksana.
Lizardo's in that too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's badass. Wow.
Well, these are two different movies. Oddly enough, for whatever reason, I have two different soldier movies, both revolving around PTSD.
Oh wow, that's
They're
crazy.
completely separate
That's
projects.
Okay.
crazy.
Wow.
So that
Cool,
is
that-
fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Robert Lizardo's in that, and Daniel Baldwin, Oksana Lada from The Sopranos, she's
Yeah.
in that.
Wow. That's a good cast you got.
Yeah. You got a ton going on.
Yeah.
Like I said in the
Yeah.
beginning of this, you are a workaholic
Yeah, but
actor.
Bill's a badass.
You do
though.
a lot
You know
of
what I mean?
stuff. Like
Yeah.
you hustle. You
He's a
do the
badass.
damn
You,
thing.
you.
You just do the damn thing.
And this is still the best thing he's done all week.
Yeah, it rates up there.
just admit
definitely
it.
does.
Just admit it.
That's awesome. Well, Bill, congratulations on everything you're
Yes.
doing, brother. I
Yes.
mean,
And being a
That's
phenomenal
awesome.
actor, because being an actor is one thing, but being a phenomenal actor like you are is another.
yeah, he's a
So
storyteller.
congratulations.
Too.
Yeah.
He told me a story about where he goes, and I
Literally.
actually shut up.
I know.
I was listening to our guests. Like
if
he-
you
he
made
drew-
Aaron
you-
shut up, you're a god.
Yeah, you
Like,
pulled me right in, bro.
Anytime
You're a
that somebody's
god.
talking and you can hear the chair slightly squeak or anything else, I mean, you really got everybody's attention. So that was awesome.
You did a few times that, Laurel.
How are you all? Because they're gonna shut up or what?
I know it's
I'm gonna put bamboo on a gate. Like, really, dude?
I love you to death.
No, great stuff, Bill. Great stuff.
Awesome.
But when you're trying to find the inner character of a killer, do you really think you should be driving around the streets of Los Angeles?
Perfect time to do.
Yes.
Yes, that's
I do.
perfect.
Not
What are
even
you
a
talking
second
Fuck
thought.
them. Go. I wonder if that's how Russell Crowe did it.
Oh God,
never
Yes.
know.
I love that character he played in Unhinged. Is it Unhinged?
I gotta watch.
Oh,
still.
you gotta
I
watch
know.
Unhinged. It's so good. For a little quick little hour and a half fucking jaunt, it's so good.
Every time I turn around and have time to watch a movie, there ends
I
up
know.
being a baby on my lap. So
I
I'm
know.
like,
Yeah, I
oh,
know.
We got
let's
shit
put
to
on
do. We got-
freaking Raya, whatever the hell that was called.
Bill Housekeeper, you've been a pleasure and a joy to talk to.
Sam has to go to the bathroom again, so she's trying to get you off the show.
No,
I'm
that
sorry.
actually isn't it. I just want to tell Bill how much of a pleasure it has
Aw.
been to talk to him.
It has been.
It's been
quite a
fun.
bit. Thanks for taking the time with us today, Bill.
Literally.
Having me. Whenever you guys want to chat.
Well,
You
we'll
know
get
what-
you back on. Absolutely, we will. What's one of the films that are going to be releasing soon, by chance?
Probably Jack Be Nimble, the one with Vernon Wells. I know that's
Okay.
like further along than anything else.
Okay.
We filmed that last year,
Okay.
almost a year exactly. So I know it's getting pretty close.
When you start getting to that point where you know it's going to be, get a release date, and let's talk to get you down back on the show.
Yeah,
Try to spread the word a little more about it.
In the meantime, if
Yeah.
people want to find you, where can they find you?
Facebook, not Hotmail.
Literally, like that's a fact.
Literally not Hotmail, because apparently it just gets lost in like some twilight zone of like remember like the Misfit toys and like the
Oh,
Yeah,
Misfit
yeah.
Toys! I am a Misfit toy.
yeah, so is my emails apparently, because they're all on the same island.
That's
in like the
hilarious.
North Pole.
The island of misfit emails.
And we have been through all of this, so we know this is true. Just
Why are you
forget the
ignoring me? I'm
Hotmail.
not. Like, really, why are you ignoring me? I'm really not.
I know.
Why are you? What I love from people is why are you ignoring me? Why are you only using one form of communication? If you know my phone number,
You can call me.
text me, call me.
Yeah.
No, I think what happened, you didn't get, or you never responded to my email, so I just hit you up on Messenger, and I was like, why are you not answering my email?
So, I've had
You're
a
like,
couple
I
of
never got it.
people- Yeah. Like from Facebook are like, send me over your stuff, and I'm like, okay, great, but just a heads up, you might not get it. Let me know.
Pretty much, and I did
It was
too.
yesterday, a guy named Jeremy, and he was like, yeah, I never got the information, and I'm like, just send it through Gmail.
You might as well just forget about that Hotmail one.
Hotmail's toast.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But I've had it for like 25 years now. I've had that Hotmail.
Just as
account.
long as Aaron and I have our MSN account.
Okay, I have an AOL, so.
Yeah.
But by the way, I still
We
want to
all
know what AOL even is because he snapped me that I have an AOL account, and I replied back like, "What's AOL?" And I never got a reply back, so I still don't know like why you're like, "Yeah, what's
I
AOL?"
will tell you what AOL is.
Yeah, what is it?
Jurassic fucking Park.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, it was like the first of the first emails ever created.
That's one big pile of shit.
American Online Logistics.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
AOL.
It's an
America
antique.
Online
It's an
Logistics.
antique.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember when it first
think,
came out.
like-
That's fun.
If you have a Netscape one, then I'll be impressed.
That'd be no joke.
That would be too. Yeah, that's right there with AOL.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
I'll give kudos. I'll give you
about Netscape.
You better blast, Bill.
Bill, thank you so
Thank
much,
you
buddy.
very much.
All right,
Thank
man.
you very much.
Chuck, close us out, brother.
Bill, thank you for joining us today on Around the Reel, buddy. It was great to get to know you a little bit. Not just hearing you go through your processes of how you want to kill people on the roadways. I mean, how you take the drives to develop your characters and to dive in deeply into it, but also sharing a little bit about family, your history, your life, hanging out with your dad, going on a trip, and going into that coal mine for a summer before diving the hell back out and chasing a dream that we're all trying to chase. So thank you for sharing all that wonderful, awesome, amazing history of you with us today. And remember, everybody out there, think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
See everybody later.
Bye.
Guys, see you later.
Thanks for tuning
Wait,
in.
remember, everybody, think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
Oh, for the love of Christ, both of you guys.
You just cut me off, though. Just cut me off. man.
Nobody,
Yeah,
nobody
because-
needs to hear the old intro.
Okay,
or
well, I'm going
outro.
to cut you both off and say thank you for listening to our show. Thank you for tuning into Around the Reel.
That's great stuff. So why did they even tune in the first place?
I don't know, but they're glad they did.
Yeah. I think it's because we're trying to inspire people
We are.
and have fun with people.
People that are artists.
Creatives.
Yeah. People that are out there trying to make a living with their art.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's what we're doing.
They're
Yeah.
crafty.
Yeah.
So have them tune in. And how do they get on our show, Chuck?
You can get on our show by going to our website. Please visit us at cccentertainmentgroup.com. Click on the scheduling
Link.
link.
And I'll send you to me.
Yeah.
Sassy Sam was going to get you all lined up on everything
I'll hook you up with a day and a time.
sometime in 2021 or 2022 because it's filling up fast. So if you want to get on this show,
Get on
I
it.
highly suggest
Get on it.
you start clicking your brains out.
Come be our guest on our show. We'd love to hear your story.
We'd love to hear it.
Make sure you come visit us on Amazon Prime and OP Prime.
Oh,
And
yeah.
watch
Watch
The
our
Outrider.
movie. Watch our movie. The Outrider.
Yeah, you can watch Marcus
It's good.
Ford kick some fucking ass.
Oh,
This was a perfectly good take until you said
until
that.
you said that.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to the show. Bye-bye, guys.